All right, good morning, everyone. Real quickly, Tracy, are you able to hear me?
I can hear you. Good morning.
All right, good morning to you. All right, I think everyone's here, so we will go on the record with proceeding number 24A-0127CP in the matter of the application of Blue 21 LLC doing business as Blue Shuttle for a certificate of public convenience and necessity to operate as a common carrier by motor vehicle for hire. I'm Administrative Law Judge Robert Garvey, and today is the 6th of June, 2024 at 10 a.m. And this proceeding comes on for a pre-hearing conference, pursuant to decision number R24-0345-I. So I'll start with appearances, and I'm going to start with the applicant in this case, and hopefully I'm saying your name correctly, Mr. Yamam. Is that correct? You gotta unmute yourself. Still gotta unmute yourself. There you go. Okay, there you go.
Jamal,
okay.
You said it right, Jamal.
Yamam. Okay. All right. If you just say your name and spell your name, and then say your company name that you're representing here today. Okay.
My name is Jamal Said, Jamal, S-A, last name S-A-I-D. Oh, and I have Daniel here to represent me, by the way.
Okay, Mr. Syed, not yet.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
It's
I think
okay.
Mr. Imam might still be on mute.
Okay, Mr. Imam, try it again. Say your name and your company.
My name is Alinka.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like you got two things on there, so one of them needs to be off. You have your phone on as well? Because there's two. I see a you and I see your name, and so try just unmuting the one that you had a second ago where you are. Not getting you. Okay.
Judge, if he and Mr. Saeed are in the same room, that could be it too. I'm not sure if they are, but
I don't think they are. They shouldn't be.
Judge, no, we are open. We are open here.
Yeah, Mr. Syed is the intervener in the case. So if they are, it would be great if you were in the same room and you could get things figured out. Okay, Mr. Yamam, try it again. This guy can hear you now. Good.
Your Honor, can you hear me now?
Gotcha.
Great. Yeah, my name is Alinta Yimam, A-L-E-G-N-T-A, Yimam, Y-I-M-A-M, and I'm representing a Blue Shuttle van, which is going to be me.
All right. And Mr. Syed, we already heard from you, but let's hear from Mr. Rubin.
Hi, Daniel Rubin with the law firm Dietza and Davis on behalf of Denver's Airport Transportation. And then I'm also I'd like to enter the appearance of Gabriela Stockmeyer, who is my co-counsel, who may join us in a little bit. Okay. And then we've already heard from Mr. Said.
Okay, I think Ms. Stockmeyer was already in there. I think she was. I mean, she okay. Found an entrance, but you're here, so that's fine. So what we want to do here, Mr. Imam, I'm gonna talk, and hopefully my court reporter hopes I don't talk too quickly, and I'll try not to talk too quickly for you as well. I'm just going to kind of go over the lay of the land of what's going to happen here, okay, and how we're going to proceed and how we can proceed. The first thing I want to tell you, and it's very important, and I think you know this already based upon what's already happened in this case, is you can talk to the intervener in this case, Mr. Rubin representing Mr. Saeed, and come to an agreement that you make an amendment to your application, which you've already done once, and then we don't have to have a hearing. Okay, and I say I don't think I've met Mr. Rubin before. Welcome, Mr. Rubin, to our world, or at least from me. But I do know his law firm, and his law firm is a respectable law firm. I always feel when people are representing themselves, here comes the attorney walking in, and they're like, oh no, it's an attorney. He's gonna take all my money, and they're nice people. You can make an agreement. Don't worry about that. All right, you got my word on it. So don't worry about that. again, if it's not an agreement you don't want to make, you don't have to make it. But if you're thinking, hey, this looks okay, he's an attorney, he's got to be screwing me over somehow. Nah, not really. They just could be making an agreement, okay? So it'll be okay. That's the first thing I got to tell you. Second, you're going to represent yourself, which means I can't do your case, okay? So if you can't make an agreement and we go to hearing, I can't be your lawyer. All right, you're going to have to do it. You're going to have the burden in the case. You're the one who's going to have to prove your case. They don't have to prove anything. You got to prove it. All right, I can't tell you what you got to prove. You got to figure that out. Here's what I can do for you. There's one thing I can do for you. Since you're representing yourself, I'm assuming you're not a lawyer. I'm sure you don't know all the fancy talk that lawyers have, okay? All the fancy words that they use for different things. So I'm not going to hold you to that. I'm not going to have you sit there and have to figure out what word to use. So I'm going to go into exhibits a little bit later, but you're going to have to pre-file your exhibits. But if we're in a hearing and there's an exhibit Mr. Rubin brings in, and he says, well, Judge, I'd like to move for admission of exhibit 1, and it's Mr. Rubin's baby pictures. And you go, Your Honor, I'm going to object to that. I really don't see any reason why Mr. Rubin would want to enter his baby pictures in this case. And I would go, I'll tell you what, Mr. Imam, I'm going to interpret your objection as being a relevance objection. And I agree with you. There's no relevance in your application case for Mr. Rubin's baby pictures. So I'm not going to allow it in. But I'm not going to have to make you say relevance. Okay? You got that? So you don't have to. And at any time, by the way, if I'm explaining this stuff to you at any time and something doesn't make sense, please tell me. It does not make sense. I can go over it again. I want you to understand what's going on, right? It's the most important thing. Most important thing. And so at any point. So, and I tell you what, if I ask you if you know what the meaning of something is that's legal, and you say yes, you're gonna have to prove it to me. Okay, I'm not gonna take your word for it. So if you want a definition, I'll give it to you. If you think you know, I'm gonna make you tell me what you think. So make sure you know it's right. So that's the way you got to handle your own case. What we're going to do is we're going to set a date for exhibits to be exchanged between the parties, and you'll have to file your exhibits, and when you do that, get them to Mr. Rubin. And you filed your application. It's the same sort of thing. So I'm going to look for a date. Let's see. We'll do it in a few weeks. And I should have brought up my calendar first. If I was a competent judge, I probably would have done that. We'll say the 27th of June. It's about 3 weeks, okay? So in about 3 weeks, you have to file all the exhibits that you plan on having for your hearing to prove your case. So you have a little time to figure it out, get it together. You also have to come up with all the witnesses you're going to have. All right, what witnesses you have. I'm going to issue out a decision probably maybe tomorrow, maybe first of next week. It's going to have more instructions, a little bit further detail, but realize you need all the exhibits filed. And when you file them, they'll get a copy of them and I'll get a copy of them, and also your witnesses. One thing to keep in mind, because you file those exhibits, they're not in the proceeding. Okay, we're still going to have a hearing, and you're going to have to present the exhibit, and you're going to have to move for its admission into the proceeding. Kind of like I was saying before with Mr. Rubin and his baby pictures. He might pre-file those baby pictures, but they're not in the case until he moves to have them admitted, and you'd have to do that too. Again, I'm not going to hold you to those magic words, but you're going to have something that's a legal basis if you're going to not want his pictures in. So if he actually shows something that hurts your case, if his exhibit 2 that he tries to present you think hurts your case, your objection can't be, Your Honor, I object to that because this really hurts my case. It's not good for me. I don't like it. This makes it harder for me to win. Not a legal objection, okay? But you need the relevance or something like that, and you can look that up. So just because it doesn't help you, it doesn't mean it's not admissible. Because when you admit some stuff, it's going to hurt his case. He can't do the same thing. He can't just say that. So he's going to do that. About 2 weeks later, so I said the 27th of June. Mr. Rubin, how long do you think you would need if
Judge, can I have a later date for submission of exhibits?
How much longer would you tell me what you think you need?
Maybe 5 weeks or more. If that can be done.
Well, I'll tell you what, we'll make it July 11th. 4th of July comes around there, so Mr. Rubin's going to be probably water skiing someplace on a lake. He's
Yeah.
not going to want to get stuff together. So we'll make it, I'll give you 2
Gonna
more
go.
weeks.
Camping.
The
Trying to go
camping.
camping.
All right,
Big,
there you go.
yeah.
Okay, we'll make it 11th. We're early in the case. We've got time. And I'll tell you also, Mr. Imam, if something comes up, you know, if you're out water skiing on the 4th of July and you break your leg and you're like, oh gosh, I can't get this done. I mean, talk to Mr. Rubin. We'll work with you. You know, I'm not, you know, just give me a heads up that something's happened and we'll work and try and, if you file a motion, I don't need anything special or fancy. Just so I understand what's going on, talk to Mr. Rubin. You probably can work it out between the two of you and move it that way. So don't worry about stuff like that. But okay, we'll make it July 11th. So July 11th, you're gonna file the exhibits you think you're gonna need, and then a witness list. And again, like I said, I'll have a decision that has this a little bit more in detail. You can read through. So then now, Mr. Rubin, since you've come back from your camping trip, how much time will you need? When can you get your exhibits in? I'm giving Mr. Imam 5 weeks. I hope you don't need that long. I don't think you do. How about August 2nd?
I think that would probably work. Yeah.
Okay. And actually, I tell you, Mr. Imam, I thought the 11th was a Friday, and it's a Thursday, so I'm gonna make it the 12th. I'm gonna give you one more day.
Yes, you're right.
And so that's 3 weeks after Mr. Imam, Mr. Rubin would be your exhibits on this. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So you do that, and then what's going to happen, like I say, Mr. Imam, what we'll do is we have a hearing. It'll be, I think we'll do it virtually. Does anyone have a problem with doing it virtually like this? I think it's a little bit easier. For witnesses and so forth, they don't have to sit around. You don't have to come downtown. You don't have to find parking. I don't have to find parking. Always a winner. Parking costs a lot of money downtown. Mr. Rubin's probably downtown anyway, but
up in Boulder, but I can
Boulder. Even, yeah, okay, yeah.
Certainly make it there.
Yeah, okay, no, don't worry about it. Okay, all right, so we'll make it remote. It'll be kind of like this. I'll have some instructions on there too about what you're going to do. You're going to number your exhibits, so we have them. And you heard before, my legal assistant that's on this call watching this and doing this. She's going to be able to put up the exhibits on the screen, so you can ask her. We'll have it that way, so you can do that. If you need a run through, if you want to run through, there'll be instructions on there how you can contact us. I'll come on if you have a run through with our legal assistant. I'll come on as well, just so you know what's going on. Another thing I got to tell you real quickly though, if you have any questions that come up or stuff like that, and you want to email me, that's great. But you also have to email Mr. Rubin. Okay, any kind of contact you have with me. I can't tell you how to do things, but if you have a procedural question like that, you know. How do I number my exhibits or something like that? And you have that to me, there should be through my legal assistant. You can ask her, one of my legal assistants. But if there's something else that comes up and you have any contact, you can't have a contact by me by yourself. You have to have him along. So it's just so we keep it on the up and up, that I'm not talking to Mr. Rubin behind your back, and I can't talk to you behind Mr. Rubin's back. Okay. I mean, I'm not accusing anyone of doing anything. We just want to make sure that it appears on the straight and narrow. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Any questions, Mr. Imam? Anything?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm planning to have, if I get lucky in getting an attorney before the hearing date, then I should notify you via email. Would be okay, or we need to e-file it?
Well, I'm going to guess. I would guess what your attorney is going to do, and this is going to be fine. Your attorney is going to enter an appearance in the case, and when he does, he's either going to be able to handle the dates. I mean, depending upon when you hire your attorney. If you hire your attorney by the end of this week, I don't think we're having any problem with the procedural schedule. If you hire your attorney on July 11th, then he might have a little problem with the procedural schedule. But you can hire an attorney anytime too. Realize that. You have to talk to Mr. Rubin. We have deadlines that we have to be within. We have to be within 250 days of when this first was referred out or found complete. So you don't know, realize it's a 250-day thing that I have to worry about. And as long as I'm not getting close to that, and we're not now, I'm probably not going to have a problem moving things around if you get an attorney. But he should. Here's what I'll tell you: if you're paying an attorney, you let him take care of that. Get a good attorney. Get a good attorney. My opinion, if you're paying an attorney, he ought to know how to do it and how to save you time and make sure you do it right. And if he doesn't know how to do it, you probably ought to get a different attorney.
Yes, Your Honor.
My advice. So, all right. There are some good attorneys out there that handle stuff like this, like Mr. Rubin. But let's see. Any other questions?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Rubin. Like I say, it's the first time I've been with you. I'm just returning to the commission after an absence of about 2 years. So I don't know if you've done other stuff recently or if you're new here. If you're new here, welcome. You're certainly new to me, so welcome. And I'm sure I'll see you in other proceedings.
And
Yeah, I'm somewhat new as well. So I've been in the background in a bunch of proceedings so far. So
all right. Are there any questions you have? Anything you need go over? Or anything like that? Ms. Stockmeyer's over your shoulder.
were we going to schedule the hearing today, or?
Oh, yeah. How about that? How about me being I totally forgot that. I'm old. That's a problem. Okay. Yeah, we sure should have scheduled the hearing, shouldn't we? Man, glad I asked you that. All right. So August 2nd, you're coming back with that. How about I can't imagine this is going to go more than 1 day. I'll ask you real quickly, Mr. Imam, right now, and again, I'm not holding you this at all. How many witnesses do you think you would have currently?
3 to 5. Your Honor.
3 to 5. Mr. Rubin, yes. How many do you think you'd have?
I expect it would be 1 or 2 tops, but
yeah. Don't worry about it. No, if you told me 50, then I would be thinking one thing, but that's what I expect. How about August 22nd for the hearing?
So that's not great for either me or Gabriela Stockmeyer.
I thought you said God for a minute.
Sorry.
Wait, God's busy that day? What's going on? Let's see. How about a couple things going on then?
Potentially mid-September.
How about the 19th of September? Mr. Imam, how does that work for you?
I can do that, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Rubin, what do you think? Okay. Thank you, Mr. Rubin. God, next time you wear the robe, you know what's going on, huh? Well, you're sleeping.
I was given one job to relay the hearing date, so.
I'm glad that's it. Okay. And again, I'll reiterate, Mr. Imam, talk to Mr. Rubin, talk to Mr. Syed, talk to the SOAs. If you get an agreement, that's the best thing possible. If we go to a hearing, somebody loses. You get a settlement. You both either kind of win or both kind of lose. I don't know, but there's not a winner and a loser. So, so I encourage that. Last chance, Mr. Imam, you got anything?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Oh, and Mr. Imam, I'll just say the hearing will occur. After the hearing will probably be. I won't issue a decision. I won't right at the end of the hearing. It'll probably be within 30 days after that hearing. The decision will come out, and then there'll be the opportunity to appeal for both sides on that. Whoever doesn't like my decision can appeal for that. It's called exceptions, but it's the same thing. Okay. All right. Mr. Rubin, last chance. Did I forget anything else, Mr. Rubin? Please correct me.
Not that I can think of.
Okay, good. Very good. All right. That being said, thank you very much for being here this morning. Again, if anything comes up, my legal assistants their emails will be on there, or I can help in any way. We'll do that. Good luck. Please try. I hope you can settle this out. If not, we'll have a hearing. We'll figure it out that way. All right.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much. We'll be in adjournment.
Thank you.